So if you're one of those players who just rocks up on the practice ground, no real clear plan of what they're doing, just looking down the target, standing there and hoping for the best, then how's that working for you? Hey there, in today's video I'm going to show you how you can improve your ball striking. So we're talking about connecting with the ground correctly, connecting with the middle of the club face, and then predicting some sort of bend in the sky, or direction as we like to call it. So I'm going to show you what I do, show you what most pros do when they are practicing with a purpose, and if you can then transfer that into your practice game, we'll show you how that then transfers onto the golf course. Let's dive into it. Okay, so we have got the setup station dialed in right here. Now the width of this is 3 balls wide. When we put a club in there, the aim is, it's not to catch you out, it's just to give you some feedback. So if you hit the yoga block, you're hitting the hosel of the club, and if you hit the orange stick, you're hitting the toe of the club. Plenty of room in there. We're just trying to hit somewhere near the centre of the face. Decide what you're going to be working on for your session. If you've got half an hour, what I'd recommend is doing 10 minutes of the setup station drill, 10 minutes working on random club selection, going through the same process, and then the last 10 minutes we're going to make it a bit more competitive and start aiming at targets and give yourself a little bit of almost a little point system to see whether you've done it correctly or not. So the only issue with practicing at a driving range is everything's a flat, perfect lie. Out on the golf course, we know there's more slopes, there's different lies. So that's another element entirely. But if you can dial in your fundamentals off a perfect playing surface, then you just adjust it out on the golf course. So what I'm working on here, I've just got an 8 iron, and all I'm going to do is just hit a few shots. So today's session for me, I'm working on different positions in my swing, trying to work on different things. The station is always down just to make sure my ball striking's still spot on. So if I just hit a couple here. So when I'm down in this position, I'm thinking about, right, where do I want to actually go through? What am I trying to feel in the swing? So that one was absolutely dialed in. The feedback was perfect, strike was perfect. Little baby draw, which is what I'm playing at the moment. Now from a feedback point of view, so if you can't hit off grass, what a lot of players do is they don't know whether they're hitting it heavy or not, or fat shots. So what we can do is grab a towel, and you're going to put this down on the ground, just fold it in half or whatever, and it's basically a foot width from the back of the ball. So now if you hit the towel, you're hitting the ground early. So that's point number 1. Ground strike is you hitting the ground before the ball. So we don't want to do that. On grass, you're going to tell, because you're going to get oh my God, it's gone nowhere. Big deep divot, way before the ball. Not good for anyone. Do that on the golf course, that's a shot wasted. When it comes to understanding why you've hit it fat, that's a completely different matter. So that's one for golf instruction. If you want to do some remote coaching with me or in person, then there'll be a link in the description here, just to see where your fundamentals are, what's going on. So if we know this is all set up correctly, you can make some practice swings trying to hit the ground ahead of your yellow stick. Okay, if you can do that, then your ground strike will be dialed in. So that is point number 1. We have to hit the ground in the right place. Such a big divot, I'm going to have to move this backwards now. So point number 2, if we hit either of these objects, so let's take yoga block. Oh my God, wipe the yoga block out. The ball's actually gone straight. So you might say that, oh, I've topped it, when in actual fact I've hit it plumb out of the hosel. So obviously there's no loft, no flatness to that, it just happened to go sort of straightish. So that's there as a feedback thing. But if you hit the inside orange stick, ball shot out to the right because I've hit it right out of the toe. And if that does happen, come back, check your alignment, make sure you're still pointing in the correct place. So the art of all this purposeful practice, or this block practice work, is to don't be afraid to make some slow swings, positional swings, just trying to dial it in. You don't need to stand there and belt 100 balls in a range session. You could hit 30 balls in half an hour, but each one you want to be working on whatever you're working on. So each time, good positions. Are you moving like you want to be moving? So that one, ground strike, tick. Face strike, tick, because I haven't hit anything. Direction, a little bit left. So impact there, my face was slightly turned in. Slightly, not enough to miss a green. And you just keep doing this for 10 minutes or so, however long you've got in your practice session. Oh my God, that's way left. Okay, so missed everything, so happy days, but straight left off the face. Clearly it was very closed. So what I'd potentially do now is film it. See what's causing it. Is it purely a face thing or is it a par thing? Sometimes I come over top, like I said in the start of this video, sometimes I get a little bit steep on it. So because I sort of know my action, I need to really feel like I'm shallowing that out behind me. Okay, direction perfect. I did just wing that block, only just winged it, but it's enough to know that I've sort of gone a little bit towards the hosel there. So it's just always, golf practice is always just refining and tweaking. So when you're filming yourself, it's always good to get different angles, different perspectives. So down the line was the first one. This is now face on. This is where I can see how I'm rotating. This is all part of the block practice. Got my feels. What I'm looking for is, can I step forward after my shot? That's generally, I know I'm moving well and getting that good strike on the golf ball. So don't neglect this one. You don't need to be. Obviously the camera here is a good 10 foot away. If you're on a driving range, you're a bit of enclosure in a bay, but you can prop your phone up on the edge of the bay, make it a wide angle, and you'll be able to see enough. We're not worried about too much about club positions for this. It's more about how you are moving. So you can do that from really close. When we're back there, we need a little bit more space. Okay, so that's that 10 minutes of work. So now what I do is I'm going to change clubs. When I say randomizer, I'm literally going to hit one shot with each club. And I'm actually going to practice walking in as if I would be on the golf course. So pick my target. So this is all just down here for feedback. Still have my practice feel. Lovely jubbly. take that, so then I'd put that back in. Now let's grab a 5-iron. Okay. Same thing, visualise, seeing the shot. Setup station is down, so I can practice walking in knowing everything is in position. Okay, so that one, lost it out to the right, but it's a 5-iron. It's within my acceptable positions. The strike was good, so it would have been the right distance. It maybe have just been just off the green. Not a biggie with a 5-iron. I'll practice my chip and runs another day. Okay, let's get into the fun side of practice. So this is more competitive, shot shaping, messing around, seeing what you can and can't do, depending on your skill level. It's what I used to do as a kid, loads with mates, so you can bend it the most, so you can hit it the lowest. So let's have a little play around, make it a bit of fun and not such serious stuff. Right, so for each of these balls now, and you can, let's say you lay out 5. So I'm actually gonna hit 5 shots with my 8-iron and try and hit a different shot with each golf ball. So the first one, I'm just going to hit my bog standard. I've got 155 yards, it's an 8-iron, and I'm going to try and hit it. I'm going to give myself a window. So my window with 8-iron is probably a 4-finger window. So I'm going to hold that up, point at the 150 marker. So I've got my range, I've got to keep it within the 100, and there's a path up there. So I'll go through full routine, just hitting my stock shot. We'll see whether I score it or not. Turn over, come on. Okay, well it's within my window. It's 15 foot right of the flag, not a biggie at all. Okay, so that's shot number 1. Shot number 2, I'm going to try and play a 120 yard but a low one, as if I'm playing into wind. So same target, same routine. The only thing I'm changing here is ball's going back in the stance and I'm knocking off the finish. Perfect. Okay, 2 out of 2 in my zone. Right, now I'm going to mess around a little bit. Let's see if I can hit. I'm going to hit a right to lefter here. So imagine I've got to go around some trees. So I'm going to use the 150 marker as my tree, and I've got to start it right of the 100 sign. So I'd aim more right with this one. Swing doesn't really change much. I've just changed, so I've turned the club in my hands and then gripped it. Movement, I'm just doing exactly the same. Oh, absolutely spot on. Go in the hole. Oh. Okay, so let's try and bend it the other way. Now 8-iron adds more loft. If I'm trying to bend it that way, it won't move as much, but I'll give it a go. So aiming at these cars on the left, open the face, then grip it, swing it the same. Well, it's moving. Oh, and now it's going to spin off to the right. That's come back lovely. So 5 shots. Well, 4 shots so far, and I've hit everything like I wanted to. So I'm now going to go back to my bog standard stock one. Perfection. Love that. So that's a little example of how I practice. If I've got half hour to spare, hour to spare, I will work on, if I'm working on things, that's what I'm doing. So you've always got to work on your long game. I'd now, if I've got another half hour, go and spend some time working on short game. But keep it all disciplined. So you've got to work on block stuff, working on your technique, randomize it, same technique, different clubs, and then make it competitive. Can you hit these different shots? So getting better isn't about how much time you spend hitting balls, it's about how well you use that time. Are you constructive enough in your practice? Have you got written plans? Do you actually know what you're working on technique wise? If you don't, hook me up. I coach in person, I coach online, links are in the description. So if you want help, you want accountability, you want a coach in your pocket, then I can do all that for you, whether it's lower scores, whether it's you want to fix your slice, fix your hook, just get your strike dialed in, all of these things. Golf's about understanding what you need to work on at a specific time, what's going to move the needle the fastest. If you want to know what working with me looks like, then click on this video, and that's going to give you an insight into the program, how I help all my clients, and hopefully you'll become one of them. So good luck with it all. I'll see you soon.